Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Let me crack the window real quick. It's 38 degrees outside this window, man. A little cold. You know what I mean? Let's let it brew. Let's let the bullies get in attendance. Lunchtime with the bullies Tuesday morning. I hope everybody had a productive, a safe, just a nice, eventful Christmas. Dreaded Don, what's going on? Student of Review, what's up? Neek, what's going on, Neek? Stan Harrison, what up? Goat Wants Smoke, what up? Daniel Frazier, what's up? What's up? What's up? CJ Huggins, what's going on, player? Rob the Actual, what's up? Troy Singleton, what's up? Kevo the Prince, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? You know what I mean? Shout out to the people, man. Fred Lewis, what's going on? Bully Nation, let's get it. You know the vibes. Some Black Ninja, what up? Show Nuff, what up? Victor Jernette, what up? D-Lo, what's going on? I'm Breezy getting Superdome. You know the vibes. Man, make sure y'all tapping with my guy, new album, man. D'Angelo Xavier came out on Christmas Eve, Going Fishing. I just finished it. You know what I'm saying? Get in tune. Get in tune. That's all I'm going to say about that. Stan Graham, what up? What up, what up, what up? Let's talk about it, man. We lose on Christmas Eve, and not a lot's changed. Not a lot has changed with the loss on Christmas Eve. They want us to feel so miserable. They want us to feel so depressed. They want us to feel so sad about the loss. But these are the facts. The facts of the matter is this, that there's even more to gain this week after coming off a loss than it was last week before the game. There's even more to gain this week. You still can get the division. You will. You still will get the division. You still will get the #1 seed. And you get an opportunity to lower the draft status of this New Orleans Saints because you have their first-round pick. There's even more to gain from this week than it is from last week. You know what I mean? More to gain, man. We got a lot of injuries that's going on. A lot of concern. People are starting to somewhat strip the respect away from us. This is what they've been waiting to do. Strip the respect away from an amazing season that we put together at 13-2. Still the best record in the NFL. You know what I mean? Somehow I feel like the respect is being stripped away from us. And that's fine, y'all. I want to feel like we don't have it all made going into the playoffs. I do. I do. Out of all of the injuries, facts where that pick currently stands. Where's the pick currently stand at 10? We got a chance to get it back down to 8 or something like that. You know what I mean? But look, where we currently stand in terms of the injuries, you can't say one injury is more valuable than the next. Jalen Hurts obviously might be still not 100%. Lane Johnson out for the regular season. Gardner Johnson supposed to come off of IR this week. That doesn't mean he's going to play, as Nick Sirianni stated. So when you talk about Avonte Maddox being out, Gardner Johnson can fill that void beautifully if Gardner Johnson is healthy. Gardner Johnson can fill that void beautifully. Him and Avonte Maddox play a similar style in terms of getting downhill and making contact with ball carriers. But with the kidney thing, you have to have Gardner Johnson at full strength. Josiah Scott should not touch the field ever again. Ever again. Unless it's an emergency situation. ZTV, what's going on? He should not touch the field ever again, man. You know, I was kind of distraught by, seeing him out there so much getting cooked. Liz C, what's up? I didn't like Josiah Scott being out there so much, man, because the Dallas Cowboys did what they were supposed to do. Put CeeDee Lamb on that mismatch and barbecue chicken. And y'all saw what happened in 2017. Our trophy about to get a roommate. I could see it happening, but this time it's going to be the QB1 carrying the torch. Gardner Minshew wasn't horrible against the Dallas Cowboys by any stretch of the imagination, but this is what we got to understand. It wasn't good enough to win. It wasn't good enough to win. It was not good enough to win. I'm not here for no moral victories. I'm here for the guy that's going to get in and win. It wasn't good enough to win. It's not a knock on Gardner Minshew because it's not a secret that I'm a Jalen Hurts guy. If Gardner Minshew would have won that game, I would have gave it up to Gardner Minshew, but he didn't win the game. He didn't win the game. I think if Jalen Hurts is even 90%, he got to play this week, man. Do I think Gardner Minshew could beat the Saints? Yes, but we don't want to chance it. We don't want to chance it. You got to put the best players on the field, go ahead and get this win, and rest these guys up. Rest these guys up. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line. Rest these. This win is important because you don't want to go into this thing playing the New York Football Giants with the #1 seed in the division on the line. You don't want to do that. You could beat both of these teams. You could beat both of these teams. Hurts playing. It's a lot on the line in a better draft pick position. You're right. Hurts better be playing. Hurts has to play in this game. Does that mean it's a guaranteed win if Hurts play? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it's a guaranteed win if Jalen Hurts play. Is it so much guaranteed if Gardner Minshew play? No. Listen, I don't know if y'all was looking at what I was looking at, but we were limited on offense. Very limited on offense without Jalen Hurts being in there. 20 Miles Sanders carries were null and void. Gardner Minshew holding on to the ball was a disgrace. Every time Gardner Minshew handed it off, he did the Statue of Liberty. Bruh. Oh, he ran to the outside as if somebody's going to bite on it. Nobody's biting on Gardner Minshew keeping it. We didn't even show that he would keep it not one time. When the Philadelphia Eagles start games, a lot of times, a lot of games we've started off with, on the first drive of that game, you've seen a Jalen Hurts keeper. You've seen a Jalen Hurts keeper multiple times. You've seen a Jalen Hurts keeper. Jalen Hurts keep one time on the first drive of the game, the defense is distraught. They have no idea what to do. No idea what to do. It speaks for itself what Jalen Hurts brings to the table, man. It speaks for itself, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. We should have run under center run plays with Gardner. The RPO game was dead with Gardner. Yeah, I don't know why. It made no sense to even run RPO or even RPO type of looks with Gardner Minshew. It made no sense at all. What it did actually was expose Miles Sanders. It exposed them. They was in that backfield fast because they were just bypassing Gardner Minshew. GD, thank you for the super chat. What's up, LB? Long time no chat. Good luck in the playoffs. Round think Cowboys with Eagles will be classic. Go Cowboys. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Shout out Dallas Cowboys, man. Listen, I want that smoke. I want that smoke. I want that round 3 against the Dallas Cowboys. I do. For a multitude of reasons. One, we're just a better team. 2, we haven't seen Dak and Hurts on the field together. And 3, I feel like, you know, that is entertaining. It was a very entertaining game to watch. It was action-packed, entertaining game to watch. Both teams were slugging. Both teams came out to play. Both teams came out to play. You know what I mean? And I'm a firm believer that if Jalen Hurts plays that second game, they lose. They lose. Even with 3 interceptions, 3 of the 4 turnovers that the Philadelphia Eagles had, I think it was on Minshew. I think it was on Minshew. The one where the rookie from the Dallas Cowboys, Bland, he kind of did jump that route. That was a bad route by Quez Watkins. I talked about that in my last video. But 3 of them interceptions you could directly attribute to Gardner Minshew. The handoff to, who was it, Boston Scott? I didn't like it. I didn't like the handoff. He put it on like the outside shoulder, didn't put it in the belly. I didn't like it. You know what I mean? I didn't like it. Third and 8. Had a sack, 4th and 8 penalty on Slay, 3rd and 30 Sheets, all ended in points. Yeah, the defense was horrendous. The defense was horrendous. You know what I mean? And on the 3rd and 30, Mike, how do we get him in the 3rd and 30? What's up with that strip sack? I can't wait for the all-22 to come out, me personally. How did we not recover the ball on that strip sack? You know what I mean? You get, they get something pushes them back to 2nd and 20. I don't know if it was the strip sack or whatever it was. They ended up in 2nd and 20. You know what I mean? Then they run out of a 2nd and 20 or try to throw a screen. Something happened. Now you in 3rd and 30. Come on, man. Come on. Now you in 3rd and 30. You know what I mean? I never claimed to be the ref came and changed the call. Facts. I need to look at the all-22 on that strip sack by Hassan Reddick. I need to look at that by Hassan Reddick because that's crazy. You know what I mean? Then, you know, you get all of the experts. And this is one thing that I cannot stand. One thing that I cannot stand is when guys talk to NFL players about plays that transpired on the field. Guys want to tell Darius Slay or Slay that he got beat, when clearly it's a cover 2 and he's in the trail technique. I'm not here to defend the 3rd and 30, but if you're in a trail technique, you're expecting over-the-top coverage. Over-the-top coverage. Now, I will say this. It looked like it was 2 go routes on that side of the field with Slay, and somebody else in the slot was on the go as well. I don't know if it was CeeDee Lamb, but T.Y. Hilton was on the far sideline side. That's how you beat cover 2. 2 go routes on the same side that the safety is supposed to be covering. You just got to pick the right guy to throw the ball to. And you got to put some power under it. Dak Prescott made the right throw, because it looked like Scott, who was the safety on that play, or I think Blankenship was the safety. Scott, I don't know what the hell the play call was. Regardless, 3rd and 30 not supposed to happen. But on that drive, it shouldn't have got to 3rd and 30, which is my point, because I believe the Philadelphia Eagles recovered that fumble. I believe we got worked on the fumble call. Now, this is not an excuse. This is just an observation. Because even after you got worked on the fumble call, you had the ball to win the game on a game-winning drive. And those are the moments where Jalen Hurts shines. In the red zone for the game, he's getting 6. He is getting 6 because the threat of the run is alive. You gotta watch out for him. That is where Jalen Hurts thrives, in the red zone. That is his calling card. That's his calling card. We the #1 red zone team in the NFL. Against the Dallas Cowboys, we went to 14th percentile. In that game, we were at 14%. That's middle of the pack. Your quarterback is out, your red zone. Listen, the first drive of the game where AJ beat what's the name on the double move, if Jalen Hurts is in there on that drive, you get 6. We kicked 3 after having a very promising, start to the game. We ended that drive with 3 points. Jalen Hurts scores touchdowns. Y'all might not like how he do it, but he do it. He scores touchdowns. Gardner Minshew is not effective 15 yards away if he can't complete a pass. Jalen Hurts is effective. Effective. How many QB keepers have we seen go right up the gut for touchdowns in them situations against the Bears? For the game against the Colts? The difference in the game, and listen, they don't score 40 points if Jalen Hurts is the quarterback. They don't put up 40 on us. Because Jalen Hurts also has those 11-play, 9 minutes off the clock, methodical drives that take the wind out of the offense by them not even touching the field. It's different styles of this, and there's levels to this. How many failed red zone attempts do we have? Yeah, we put up 34 points, but everybody beats the Dallas Cowboys like a drum. Everybody been beating that defense lately. They gave them 32 points per game in the last 3 games. Come on. Gardner could throw, and Gardner got weapons. You think Gardner wasn't going to be able to put no points up? I knew that, but I expected more from our defense. This is the wake-up call we needed, because we're going to drag the Saints through the mud. And we're going to drag the Saints through the mud. We're going to put these division championship shirts on. We're going to put them on at home. All is going to be how it was supposed to be last week. It is what it is. Because if you drag the Dallas Cowboys through the mud and win that game like you're supposed to win, then you probably rest and do as the last 2 anyway. You probably don't care about the Saints. Well, you probably do play some starters against the Saints just to make sure you beat them. But it is what it is. Milton Williams is very, very much underrated. I can't say Jonathan Gannon screwed us. I can't say Jonathan Gannon screwed us in that game. I can't say it, man. It was a lot of guys didn't play well. Kaiser White didn't play well. He missed some tackles. I think more so what really screwed us was Maddox going out of the game. That really screwed us, Maddox going out of the game. You had 2 10-point leads in this game. One time you was up 10, Gardner Minshew throws a pick. You know what I mean? One time you up 10, Gardner Minshew throws a pick. I don't know if he threw the other pick when we was up 10 again. The defense did kind of let us down, but the defense stopped the run. What hurt us was, Dak Prescott picking us apart. He got out of our grasp on one third down play where Maddox had him stood up and nobody turned around. Listen, the defense just lost on a few key plays that turned the tide in the game ultimately, and it led to points. When Maddox had Dak Prescott stood up, Hargrave ain't know where he was at. Maddox should have been raking at the ball instead of trying to hold him up. Dak Prescott is strong. He was able to complete on the 3rd and 14, I think, on that one. That 3rd and 14 or 3rd and 8, whatever it was, and that 3rd and 30, those are the type of things that cannot happen. Those are the type of things that can't happen. Those are the type of things that can't happen. I think we waited too long to adjust on CeeDee Lamb. As soon as Avonte Maddox went out of the game, listen, who else are the wide receivers over there? Who else are the wide receivers over there? Bradbury should have been in the slot way earlier than that. Are we really scared of what's the dude named Noah Brown? Noah Brown? Noah Brown. If Maddox is not in the game, after you beat Scott, the only person left to beat is a safety. Blankenship a rookie. Why don't you go out there and play CeeDee Lamb the way you were supposed to play him? I'll never understand why it took so long for us to do that. I get blaming the defense, but 4 turnovers don't help your defense. I believe we don't have the turnovers if Jalen plays. That's the bottom line as well. Of course you don't have them turnovers if Jalen Hurts play. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Jalen Hurts damn sure not throwing. You see how many tight window throws, risky throws that Gardner Minshew was throwing that he completed and that he got away with? One interception hit a Dallas defender in the hands. Bobbled 6 times in his hands. He dropped it. Gardner tried to throw an out route. The wide receiver wasn't on the same page. That cornerback jumped that route, but the ball went out of bounds. He was on it, though. The passes that we were getting praised for by the commentators, the passes that Devontae Smith caught, the acrobatic pass in traffic, that's a dangerous pass, whether you like it or not. He got bailed out by a great wide receiver. When Dallas Goedert had to fight for the other ball, everybody said, oh, Goddard mossed him. Bro, we don't want passes like that to our tight end. Jump ball 50-50 balls. They're 50-50 balls for a reason. Because half of the time you get them, the other half of the time you don't get them. You don't get them. A.J. Brown crossed the middle. He fought for that one slant. Jalen Hurts don't make guys fight for balls like that. He hits you in stride or he throws you open. Hits you in stride or he throws you open. The double move on Trayvon Diggs, that was a good throw. But Gardner Minshew passes just hang up in the air a little too long for me, bro. They just hang up in the air a little too long. He's accurate. He got good spin on the ball, but there's no power. Give me the one deep down the sideline throw that you saw. I told y'all that it was going to look different because he don't have the deep ball. He don't got the arm. Give me the one deep down the sideline against one-on-one that you saw. We missed a lot of that, bro. We missed, if it ain't open down the field, I can run for these 5 yards. Micah Parsons hawked his ass down from the back. Pause. You ain't hawking Hurts down from the back before you get to the sticks. You ain't. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like, keep it real, LB. Quez got Lil Boyd. Bro, I'm not going to totally blame Gardner Minshew for the one Quez Watkins interception. I'm not. I'm not going to say the other one was defensive pass interference. Both of those balls were not accurate passes, man. Y'all could blame Quez Watkins all y'all want. Based upon what I've been seeing that got us to 13-1, I've been seeing beautiful ball placement. I've been seeing ball placement by Jalen Hurts that don't put wide receivers in the positions that have to fight for balls. I've been seeing ball placement all year. I'm not used to seeing wide receivers have to go out there and get into a bar fight for a slant route. Excuse me. I'm not used to having to see that. I'm used to seeing ball placement that avoids situations like that. That's all I'm saying, man. Quez got it, took out of his hands, whatever. I'm just letting you know that Jalen Hurts don't throw it in the manner for it to be took out of his hands. That's what I'm here to tell you. That Jalen Hurts ain't making the pass that risky that both people could get their hands on the ball. The offensive guy and the defensive guy. That's the difference to me. That's the difference to me. Everybody's saying Quez a deep route. Gardner Minshew can't throw a deep ball, y'all. He can't do it. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We're not going to cry over spilt milk. You know what I mean? But you got to understand the differences in the quarterbacks. Time of possession, we could have had the ball way longer. You know what I'm saying? The design runs would have held the edge, which would have opened things up more for Miles Sanders. 20 carries and 60-something yards for Miles Sanders. Y'all got to understand that even handing off a ball throws off the rhythm when it's a new person handing the ball to you. The Boston Scott fumble, I don't even know who to blame on that one. What's the different dynamic? A different guy handing off the ball. Come on. I can respect it. I can respect the interception to where you throw in deep and somebody read the pass. I can respect that. But one interception was on a hitch route where dude jumped over the ball was so poorly thrown. Everybody's saying pass interference. The pass was so shitty right there, though, yo, that the dude caught it with one hand. It went right to dude's left shoulder. All he had to do was tuck it after that. That's a bad throw, man. It's a bad throw. Miles Sanders fumbled clean and square. That's on Miles Sanders. He got to own that. Miles Sanders fumbled and Boston Scott also fumbled. There was 4 turnovers in that game. 4 turnovers in that game. But the Boston Scott fumble, I'm looking at the handoff. The handoff was sloppy. The handoff was different. I don't even think Boston Scott knew he was supposed to have the ball. I don't know. What's up with Miles just fumbling the ball like that? That's only Miles Sanders' second fumble of the year. That's Miles Sanders' second fumble of the year, but it was at a bad time. That's on Miles. Miles got to eat that. Miles got to eat that. He rounded that route, though. If he didn't round that route, he could have made the play. Exactly. I said that in my last video. He rounded the hell out of that route. He ran that route on such a, like he was running in a circle damn near. And Bland was able to read it. What's one of the weaknesses that we all been saying Quez Watkins has had? Quez Watkins has had a problem with route running. That's his Achilles heel. He's trying to get better at that. You know what I mean? If Quez Watkins runs a more decisive slant, Bland can't read that. Can't read that. All the Dallas Cowboys like to do is jump slant routes. That's all they like to do. Why isn't Quez Watkins running the sluggo right there? I said in the pregame with the Battle Birds, Mike, Philly Fresh, Gate City, we talked about how the double move could be important. We ran one double move that game. One double move that game. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, 4 turnovers is why we lost, point blank, period. But you know, we on to the Saints now. Everything that's at stake is still at stake. Jalen Hurts got to play this week, man. Jalen Hurts has to play this week. Jalen Hurts has to play this week. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He has to play this week, man. We got to go out there and get this win. This is arguably the most important regular season game of the season. You got guys on Twitter. I think Elliot Shore Parks is saying that the Eagles need a win that must have style points. We need to win big in this game. I 100% disagree with that. We've won big before. We've got style points this year. We've won close. We've come back from behind. We don't need to win big. We just need to win this game and secure the bye because we got guys that need to get rest. It's hard going 13-2 in the National Football League and not have injuries along the way. It's hard to do that. Dudes are starting to get banged up now. The rest is the most important thing. Looking good is not important to us. Looking good is not important. Because if we win the Super Bowl, I guarantee you it's going to be more ugly than good. I guarantee you it's going to be more ugly than good. Cheek Raw, what up? I guarantee you it's going to be more ugly than good. It is what it is. Special teams must be ready this week. Fake punts and trick plays will be ran. I agree. And you got to make sure your head on a swivel when Taysom Hill is in the game this week. Taysom Hill is listed as a tight end. I got him as my tight end. I'm in a championship, by the way. I had a rough road to get to the championship this week. Rough road. First round, I had to beat Philly Mike, who had a dominant squad. After that, I had to beat Philly 500, who had Jalen Hurts. Smitty had the whole Eagles. So you know how crazy he was going. You know what I mean? Listen, I think I got lucky with Hurts being out last week. I think I got lucky. But I'm in the championship, though. The win is all that matters. And that's got to be our mindset. Chris Brown, thank you for the super chat. Hurts and Davis have to play. We sleeping already. What we sleeping on? I don't think Davis got to play. If Davis ain't healthy, Jalen Hurts is the only person that got to play to stabilize this offense. The only person that got to play. Y'all got to understand, when you got a game-winning drive, I'll tell y'all how important having your leader is for a game-winning drive. The Dallas Cowboys needed Dak Prescott to rally the troops after he threw 2 interceptions. 2 interceptions. After Dak Prescott threw 2 interceptions against the Texans, he had a speech that he told these guys, let your nuts hang, go out there and win this game. Word for word. Let him hang and go out there and win the game. After he threw 2 picks and had a 98-yard drive and won the game. You need Jalen Hurts, who has been damn near a motivational speaker at the quarterback position all year long, to give a final message for a game-winning drive. You need that. You need that. You need that. So you know what I mean? We missed our listen. We missed our leader. We missed our leader for a week. It's no surprise that we lost the game. You miss your leader, them things happen. Hurts would have scored on that last drive with 1:43 left in the fourth and a timeout. So CJ Gardner play LB. If he's not 100%, no. That lacerated kidney, we don't want that to cause more problems for him. We could beat the Saints without Gardner Johnson. I think the defense felt embarrassed last week. I think they felt embarrassed for sure. The Saints are not going to score in the first half of this game. That's my bold prediction. The Saints are going to have 6 or less points. They might get 2 field goals if they're lucky. They're going to have 6 or less points in the first half of this game at the link. This is going to be the Saints' worst loss of the season, yo. Slot corner is such a weakness for us right now because you don't have Maddox or Gardner Johnson, who are 2 of the best slot guys in the league. 2 of the best slot guys in the league. You might got to, what's going on with Anthony Harris? I know he's not a slot guy. I know he's more of a safety, but you might got to elevate him, man. You might got to look at Crevion LeBlanc. What happened to Casheray? Whatever. LB, what up? LB, we lock it. Yeah, we definitely going to lock it up. I'm heading to Philly from Florida to see the game this weekend. My first NFL game. That's going to be lit, Kevo. That's going to be lit. Don't be surprised if they shut him out. Yeah, I'm all for getting Crevion LeBlanc back. I'm all for bringing Strat back. He said he's healthy. He said he's in shape. You know what I mean? I'm all for it. But what's going on with Zach McPherson? What's going on with a lot of these guys that we got on the roster? I don't understand how Josiah Scott. Now listen, Josiah Scott has played some games this year, and he's been great when he's filled in. So I'm not going to act like, he just been trash every time he touched the field. That was a bad game, though. And we can't we can't afford to see how his confidence holds up after a bad game. We can't afford to see if he's going to be ready. LB, we just need the #1 seed, then we can rest that. I agree. I'm on to that. Jalen Hurts is the great equalizer for us. I agree. The Philadelphia Eagles are a good team. So everybody that was saying that the team is good, the team is very, very good. But Jalen Hurts makes them great. He makes us great. Good don't win Super Bowls. Great teams win Super Bowls. Jalen Hurts makes a good team great. That's the difference, man. You know how many good teams don't have a quarterback right now? If Jalen Hurts was playing for the Jets, they would be in a firm playoff spot. It would be they would be an 11+ win team if he was playing for them. All they missing is a quarterback. They're a good team, y'all. But a good quarterback like Jalen Hurts would make the Jets great. That's a prime example. With Jalen Hurts, and we don't have 3 of those 4 turnovers Saturday. I agree. But Hurts said, I think you have 0 turnovers, bro. 0. We should have had Slade following Lamb. You should have. I mean, in the second half, Lamb he scored in the second half, but we did our job. You know what I mean? We did our job in the second half, but that should have been a mindset. You got to respect CeeDee Lamb. You got to respect him. I honestly felt like Jalen could have played versus Dallas, but I respect the decision. I felt like he could have played too, but it's like, for what though? For what? You know how much this meant to them? Do you know how much this meant to them dudes, man? Dude, this meant a lot to them, man. They was out there, Tuck was out there screaming, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! They still in the 5th seed. Nothing changed for them. They didn't eliminate nobody from the playoffs. They didn't move up in seeding. We still got the best record in the league. This meant a lot for them, a lot for their confidence, a lot for their psyche, because we are the best team in the league. They not used to being in a position to be looking up at us the way that everybody been looking up at us. It meant a lot to them, so I understand the joy that's on their face. It meant a lot, but it ain't do a lot. It ain't do a lot. Minshew had them on the ropes. Davis Mills had them on the ropes. I want the matchup. I want the part 3, bro. I want the part 3. Because if we lose, it ain't going to be because of quarterback play. It ain't going to be because of quarterback play. I tell you that right now. I want the part 3. We going to be ready this time, y'all. Remember 2019? They slapped us around in the regular season. Then it came down for the division. We was ready. They didn't score a touchdown that game in 2019. With Amari Cooper, Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott. They didn't score a touchdown. They had 3 field goals in that game. 3 field goals in that game. I want the part 3. They were scared to death of us, bro, coming into this thing, man. They only start talking crazy when they knew Jalen Hurts wasn't playing. They were scared as hell, man. Y'all know, don't nobody know the temperature of them dudes the way y'all do. They was terrified. Scared of us all season. All season. They on Twitter right now still fighting for respect that we won't give them. The loss, on God, y'all know how I am after a loss. Y'all know. Y'all been rocking with me for 5 years now. 5 years. Let me clarify something. I started my channel before we won the Super Bowl. Y'all been rocking with me through all the ups and downs, the high and the lows. I started my channel coming off a four-win season, I think, after Wentz's rookie year. The highs and the lows, we seen them all here. This loss don't mean a damn thing. It don't. It don't mean a damn thing. Because we already beat them. They was already 3.5 games behind because they just lost the week prior. Had they beaten the Jags, Hurts would have played. Come on. Mark Holmes didn't put a bet up with 500 until he knew Hurts was out. Holmes refused to bet 500 when Dak was out. I believe it. Because they were scared. The only person that bet me was Tuck. Tuck was the only person that bet me. The only person that bet me. And being as though he was the only person that bet me, and we could have took the bet off the table when we knew Hurts wasn't playing. I said, no, we're going to keep the bet. He was the only one, bro. The only one. The only one. Nobody takes them serious for real, man. No, nobody take them serious over there for real, man. Come on. They didn't believe. They did not believe. They did not believe. They not us. They have been losers their entire adult lives. They did not believe. They know the inevitable is going to happen. They know the inevitable is going to happen. They do not want to see us at the link. I pray to God we get them boys at the link. I pray to God we get them boys at the link. We don't need a division title anyway in 17. We didn't need it. What are you talking about? We had the #1 seed in 17. We won a division in 17. Every playoff game was in Philly in 17. Yeah, we want the division title. I want to go to home playoff games. You know what I mean? I want the division title. That shit important to me because when you're the #1 seed, the road through the playoffs go through Philadelphia. They go through Philadelphia. You know what I mean? It go through Philadelphia, and that's how it should be. Everything should be going through Philadelphia. What up, LB? Keep doing what you're doing. It's me, Philly Bourbon. What's going on, Dre? You know what I mean? It should be going through Philadelphia. Why wouldn't? Our fans deserve that. The joy on everybody's faces in 2017 when we curb stomped the Vikings. Come on, man. Them boys ain't believe, man. They still scared of us for real. They still scared. Listen. They happy that little injury bug situation. They happy, man. They can act like they so noble all they want. They happy for real. Because it's the only chance they got. Only chance they got. Micah Parsons don't even have a sack on us this year. He got half a sack. Micah Parsons don't have a sack on us this year. Remember they laughed when I said Hassan Reddick was the best pass rusher in the division? Now look at it. Hassan Reddick got 14 sacks, and he's first in the NFL in forced fumbles. I know it sounds preposterous to say, but it's the facts. Micah Parsons lead the NFL in pressures. You know what pressures mean to me? You know what pressures mean to me? This is what I equate pressures to. Now, this analogy, I'm gonna help you make it make sense. When you see a fine girl somewhere, mall, club, wherever you at, you ask her for her number. That's you applying pressure. You can apply pressure all you want, but she gotta want to be able to, you know what I'm saying, to respond to the pressure that you applying. You can apply as much pressure as you want. I've seen touchdown passes get thrown against pressure. What you want, a pressure or the sack or the forced fumble? What you want, a pressure or the sack? He lead the league in almost making it happen? Now, pressures alter a lot of throws. Pressures do a lot of things. Pressures change plays. Pressure forces QBs to scramble. I get the importance of a pressure. I get it. LBU in the live chat, absolutely. I get the importance of the pressure. I get it. I get the pressure. I get the QB hits. I get all of that. But quarterbacks stole touchdowns off of QB hits. Quarterbacks have thrown touchdowns under pressure. Quarterbacks throw touchdowns against the blitz all the time. I ain't never see a quarterback throw a touchdown while he was sacked. I ain't never see a quarterback throw a touchdown while being sacked. And that was no knock at Micah Parsons. All I said was Micah Parsons is having a better year than, all I said was Hassan Reddick is having a better year than Micah Parsons. Yeah, we're going to cook this thing. That's all I said. All I said. And they have everything to try to dispute that. So they don't want to go off the stats, which is the most easiest and obvious thing to go off of, because they want to make it like they're so much more cerebral. Everybody. So they go off of pressures. They go off of how many double-digit sack games do Micah Parsons got. This what Big Game James told me. He said Micah Parsons has 6 double-digit sack games. 6 2-sack games. He don't have a 3-sack game this year, I don't think. 6 2-sack games. To Hassan Reddick's 3 2-sack games. Well, I said, well, Micah Parsons also got 8 games without a sack. Hassan Reddick got 10 games with at least 1 sack. And then you get this. Silence. You get silence when you say stuff like that. 8 games without a sack. Well, he gets double teamed a lot. He get double teamed a lot. Okay, you got to be crazy if you think dudes are not game planning for Hassan Reddick. The problem is this. The problem is you can't really just game plan for one guy. You can't. You can try, then everybody else is going to eat. That's the real problem. Do you know how many sacks occurred from the pressure that Hassan Reddick get? Hassan Reddick brings so much pressure that other people are eating because he on the line. It is what it is, though, man. I think they both having good seasons, but I think it's unfair and totally biased by the NFL to only talk about Micah Parsons in Defensive Player of the Year conversations and not have Hassan Reddick, who got more sacks than him and more forced fumbles. That's my only gripe with it. They both should be named in Defensive Player of the Year conversations. They should. It's like we go from Bosa, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, and we don't even talk about Hassan Reddick, who got 3 straight 10-sack seasons with 3 different teams. This is the first time in NFL history. I got a real problem with that because Micah Parsons is a top 3 pass rusher in the league this year. You know what I'm saying? Parsons does more than just rush the passer. Look at the whole picture. I'm not trying to hear none of that, bro. What'd he do? What do we do more than rush the passer? That's his specialty, rushing the passer. That's his specialty. He's getting Defensive Player of the Year because of what he do on the defensive line. He's not no stud in coverage. Y'all acting like look at the whole picture. What the fuck? What he playing safety and cornerback too? What is he doing? That's the whole picture. His pressures, his sacks, his forced fumbles. That is the whole picture. We act like Hassan Reddick ain't dropped back in coverage this year and deflect key passes. What we talk about? Look at what other picture is it to look at? Come on, man. LB Lane has bullied Parsons, had him move into the other side. Exactly. They moved Parsons away from Lane Johnson to get a favorable matchup. Come on. 0 sacks and tackles for Micah Parsons respected. You got to respect the Eagles' offensive line, though. And he paid respect for it. I'm not hating on Micah Parsons. I'm just saying that Micah Parsons ain't the best edge rusher in the division. He ain't the best edge rusher in the division right now. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn how high everybody speak on his name. He ain't the best edge rusher in the division. Is he leading all statistical categories, as he would say? No, he ain't. Somebody in his division is leading more statistical categories than him. When the hell did pressures become a category? Just to fit their narrative. Come on, man. Pressures and double team rate. They just make up stuff to fit their narrative. Nobody ever judged edge rushers on pressures and double team rate until Micah Parsons came into the league. Again, he's a stud having a good season, but I think Hassan Reddick is better. They was trying to rush Parsons up the middle. They would never against Hurts. They wouldn't do that against Hurts. They was trying to bring that interior pressure because, you know what I mean? Hey, my guy, Puck you, thank you for the donation. They was trying to bring that interior pressure because Gardner Minshew can't scramble. Gardner Minshew can't beat you left or right. Gardner Minshew can't manipulate the pocket and have people spinning and doing reverse pivots to get back to the quarterback. He just lacks that. Donnell Shipley, thank you for the super chat. Look at the whole picture. Right, look at the whole picture. Come on, bro. They listen, they throw the wool over people's eyes so well. So nobody pulls the wools over the eyes of the people more than a Dallas Cowboy fan. Nobody does it better than them, man. You're not going to trick me and y'all not going to bully me into saying a guy that's having a better season than this guy. They tried to do it with A.J. Brown. They're not talking. A.J. Brown got 1,300 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns. They are no longer trying to sell us on CeeDee Lamb and A.J. Brown. They are no longer trying to do it. They can't do it anymore. They are no longer trying to do it. They running out of time on CeeDee Lamb and Devontae Smith for real, for real. They tried to pull that wool over our eyes early. Trying to say A.J. Brown ain't one of them ones. Vach Lombardi and all of them. Is A.J. Brown even elite? Come on, bro. 1,300 receiving yards ain't elite? And 10 touchdowns, that ain't elite? They always trying to pull the wool over our eyes. They try to tell us that Tony Pollard was better than Miles Sanders. Now that's close, but I'm not buying it. They said they had the best D-line in the league. I never bought that. They started off good. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Minshew can't throw in the run either. That's a good point. He can't throw in the run. His feet definitely got to be set. A lot of things got to be going right for Minshew to throw a good ball, man. You got to run a good route. You got to be really, really well. You know what I mean? The Saints it's up for the Saints. So we're not gonna worry about what's going on with the Saints. It's just up for the Saints. It is what it is for the Saints, man. We're gonna take care of our business next week. And, you know, I'm really looking forward to getting this #1 seed. We need it, man. We need the rest. We need the rest, y'all. We really, really need the rest. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all have no idea how much we need the rest. If we would have had to play in the first round, man, I don't think we would have been ready. We need that extra week bad. We need that extra week bad. We all need to sleep in our beds and go to our apartments. We all need to be home resting up, feet up, not having to travel, catch planes. We need to be home for this stretch. The next time we need to be catching a plane, you know what I'm saying, is when it's time to go to the Super Bowl. These next couple games at home, right? Yeah, the Saints is at home, and the New York Giants is at home. Then the whole playoffs going to be at home. Then you should be in the Philadelphia area the next 5 weeks. The next 6 weeks, for real, you should be in the Philadelphia area. You there already, waiting for the Saints to come on Sunday. You're going to be there for Giants week. That's 2 weeks. You're not going to play on the third week. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be there. You're going to be there for the divisional round. You're going to be there for the conference game. Then on that 6th week, you're going to be there because you get a 2-week break for the playoffs. You should be home for 6 weeks. That is important. Don't let these guys, again, try to pull the wool over your eyes and tell you that the number 1 seed don't matter. That was the most idiotic thing I ever heard. During us being so good, now the number 1 seed don't matter. Make sense. Make it make sense. That since 1975, over 50% of the number 1 seeds have won a Super Bowl. Puck you, thank you for the super chat. Lunchtime with the Bullies is a national treasure. I appreciate that. Since 1975 to now, over 50% of the number 1 seeds have won Super Bowls. I'm pretty sure the percentage is higher in terms of number 1 seeds that go to Super Bowls. Come on. Cowboys 3-3 on the road, but 8-1 at home, but they like playing on the road. Mike, that was ridiculous. They have not won a road playoff game since 1992, Mike. This year, they got a high chance of breaking it because they'll most likely be playing against the NFC South. Everybody over there is basura. Everybody over there is basura, but for some reason, Tom Brady give them all they be asking for. I said it, LB, my fault on the gas this morning. No, you straight, bro. You know what I mean? 3-3 on the road, but 8-1 at home. But they like playing on the road. Mike, they be trying to pull a wall over our eyes. We like our backs against the wall, huh? You ain't won a road playoff game since 1990. You ain't won a road playoff game since you was 4. 4. Nobody on that panel was paying taxes the last time the Cowboys won a road playoff game. Nobody on that panel. Nobody on that panel, come on, man, their cojones ain't even dropped yet. They ain't even had no hair nowhere on their body. Nobody on that panel. They all had Batman sippy cups, eating cream of wheat. Last time they team won a home playoff game, but they like their backs against the wall. Y'all backs be against the wall at home. Y'all damn near folded against Houston. Just because y'all beat the Saints in Minnesota, now y'all some type of road warriors, man? That's the cap for me. It be the cap for me, man. It be the cap for me. Then the nerve of them to put Minshew stats in a loss against Jalen Hurts stats in a win. They like to pull a wall over your eyes. When Jalen Hurts beat the Dallas Cowboys, they was talking about the Dallas Cowboys looking like the 85 Bears. That defense was on a historical pace when Jalen Hurts beat them. They was talking heavy, beating their chest. He ain't play us yet. Y'all, week 6 Dallas Cowboys was getting takeaways, blocking punts, giving quarterbacks fits. The week 16 Dallas Cowboys giving up 32 points a game. Davis Mills cooking them. Trevor Lawrence cooking them. Gardner Minshew cooking them. It wasn't the same defense. Not to mention that when Jalen Hurts beat the Dallas Cowboys, he had a rating of 104.6. Gardner Minshew lost to the Dallas Cowboys, had a rating of 84, threw 2 picks. Eagles was 100%, I don't think we was 100% in the red zone. But the Eagles jumped up on their ass 17-zip. Jumped up on them 17-zip. When Jalen Hurts was playing. Jalen Hurts had 2 drives when we played them when they had the better defense. When they had the best defense in the league, so to speak. Jalen Hurts had 2 drives, a drive to end that game for 13 plays, 7 yards off the clock. And a drive, I believe, to start the game with 7 minutes off the clock, 10 plays. They want to blind us with Gardner Minshew throwing for 350, like Jalen Hurts ain't never throw for 350 yards this season. They want to blind us with the stats. Oh, your backup moved the ball just as well. I guess it is the system. My backup lost. Come on, man. If you think Gardner Minshew would have had us at 13-1, starting the whole season, up until Jalen Hurts took his little brick, the rest of his shoulder, you bugging. You're bugging. You are bugging. But it is what it is, man. They going to continue to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. And then when they get booted out of the playoffs, then when we bust their head to the white meat in the playoffs, they going to blame Kellen Moore. You've never heard none of them blame Dak Prescott. Did you see what Joy Teller said about their win? She is literally the only person on TV speaking facts, Eagle Nation. Yeah, but they trying to spin a narrative on Joy. They want Joy Teller to give them some big giant praise for beating the backup. We ain't getting no crazy praise for beating up on what's the name. Only people that was happy was just us. We didn't get no praise for beating up on Cooper Rush. We got no praise for that. We got no praise for beating up on Cooper Rush, who had them at 4-1. We ain't get no praise from the national media for that. Why the hell they want some praise? Y'all was 3.5 games behind. Y'all not going to win. That wasn't a division-winning game. Now they trying to say Joy just be hating on them. They want everybody to kiss their behind, man. Everybody's supposed to kiss their behind over some stuff they did in the 90s. Everybody supposed to be kissing up to them over some stuff they did in the 90s. You know what I mean? It just don't make no sense. They brainwashed. Definitely brainwashed. But, you know, that's a story for another day, man. We don't play them no more. Hopefully they win in the first round because we're automatically going to the first round. Hopefully we see them again. They still got more work to do if they even want to up into us again. Don't sleep on the Saints. Get me my pillow. If Jalen Hurts win, the Saints getting bodied. If Jalen Hurts play, Jalen Hurts might throw for 350 on the Saints because they're going to be so concerned about him running the ball. I'm sleeping entirely on the Saints. I expect my team to go out there and crush the Saints. You could be stressed about the Saints at 1 o'clock. Hard pass for me. What's good with your boy Dan Cilio? That ain't my boy. He probably hating for sure. I already know what his narrative is. His narrative is Gardner Minshew looked good, just as good as Jalen Hurts. Man, they giving Gardner Minshew they giving him a moral victory. Man, he lost with the ball in his hand. He lost. If Jimmy Garoppolo loses that game with the ball in his hand, the narrative is Jimmy G can't get it done. Since Gardner Minshew is a backup to Jalen Hurts, who nobody likes, nobody wants him to win the MVP, the narrative is Gardner Minshew is just as good. Come on, man. Come on. If Derek Carr loses with the ball in his hand, the narrative is he can't get it done. If Jalen Hurts loses with the ball in his hand, the narrative is he can't get it done. If Dak Prescott loses with the ball in his hand, the narrative is he can't get it done. Gardner Minshew had a statistical win, and he moved the ball, and he did just as well as Jalen Hurts would have done. Now, winning don't. I'm not going there with these guys, man. It don't make sense. All football logic go out the window when you talk about Jalen Hurts. It's been happening all year. They didn't even want to give him the MVP. They didn't even want to put him in conversations. LB got his co-workers wearing Hurt season hats. What co-workers? Oh, you talking about Dan Cilio co-workers? You know what I'm saying? They all want to twist the narrative, man. And it's fine though. It's fine. I don't remember a quarterback leading his team to 13-1 and not being in the MVP conversations, man. I don't remember it. Now it's do we lead all statistical categories? The hate on Jalen Hurts from a media standpoint has just been wild and ridiculous. Wild and ridiculous. Now the narrative changed to this. We talked about this the other day. Now this the narrative, y'all. That once we pay Jalen Hurts, we going to see just how good he do. Bro, his tight end already paid. A.J. Brown already paid. Smitty on a rookie deal. We might have a new running back. Maybe. Gainwell will still be there. The offensive line already paid. If Kelsey retired, Jurgens is good and ready to step in. Gardner Johnson is going to get paid. Slay locked up. You might lose Bradbury. Maddox is paid. What are y'all talking about, dog? Our GM is better than y'all's. That O-line is old. That O-line is the best in the league, though. Come on. Can Hurts beat Daddy Dak? Because I haven't seen it. They haven't played each other this year yet. It is what it is. Puck you, thank you for the donation. Dan Cilio was the type of dude to get left on red and say smash. Now it's pay that man Jalen Hurts. He going to get paid. Listen, whether y'all like it or not, and I'm glad y'all don't like it because it show me that y'all some real haters. Whether y'all like it or not, Jalen Hurts is a top 3 quarterback in the NFL in his age bracket of all the young stars who waiting to get paid. Burrow, Herbert, Jalen Hurts. Burrow, Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson. Those are the guys that deserve to get paid and will get paid. Jalen Hurts has proved himself. Jalen Hurts has proved himself. Whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. It is what it is. People told me he was going to get benched by week 6. Week 6, he was 6-0. It is what it is, though. We're not going to cry over spilt milk, man. We're not crying over spilt. Jalen Hurts got to get paid this year. If you wait till next year, you're just playing yourself. You wait till next year, you're just playing yourself. And y'all want to talk about people old and pay that man $50 million that's going to destroy the roster? Bro, we got 2 first-round picks next year. So any position of immediate need will get addressed in the draft with a stud out of college. I ain't worried about nothing. But yeah, man, this concludes Lunchtime with the Bullies, man. Official content coming, man. We're going to have another video this afternoon, man. I'm going to try to get with Philly Mike. I'm going to try to get Goat Talk out of the way. I know he off until the new year, so he got some time on his hands. We're going to make that happen.